Here is what I want you to picture. You open your terminal, describe a bug in plain English, and watch as an AI reads through your entire codebase, finds the problem across multiple files, fixes it, and runs your tests, all without you touching a single line of code. No IDE plugins, no copy pasting into a chat window, no prompt engineering gymnastics. You just describe what you want and it acts. That is Claude Code. If you are thinking there are already a ton of AI tools out there, why should I care about this one? That is exactly the right question. You will have the answer before this video ends. Before we install anything, let's be clear about what Claude Code actually is, because AI coding tool has become a completely meaningless phrase at this point. Claude Code is an agent, not autocomplete, not a chatbot that puts your code in a box. An agent that takes real action on your behalf. It reads files, writes files, edits across your whole project, runs shell commands, and chain all of that together to complete a task end to end. And here is what makes it genuinely different. It does not just work on the file that you are looking at. It understands your entire code base at once. Point at a project with hundreds of files and it reads all of them. Under the hood, it uses tools like read, write, grep, edit, bash, chained together the same way you would chain your own debugging workflow. Alright, there are multiple ways to install the Claude Code. I use npm because it is the fastest way that works for me. One prerequisite, you will need Node.js installed. Cool, the installation is completed. Here is where most people trip up, and it is frustratingly simple one. Navigate into your actual project directory before you launch it. Not your home folder, not wherever your terminal defaulted to, your actual project. First time you run it, it will ask you to authenticate. That is just what? Log into your Claude account, come back and you are in. A quick note, Claude Code requires a Claude Pro or Claude Max subscription. If you don't have one yet, you can still use it with your local model, but that is a different topic. The first thing I do whenever I start Claude Code with a new project is run /init command. It scans your entire code base and generate a Claude.md file. Think of it like a project level memory. So you are not explaining your tech stack or code architecture from scratch every single time. It is asking permission to create the file. Okay, go ahead. Don't accept the changes blindly. Take a look what it is doing, then give it the permission. Okay, here is where it gets actually fun. I have got a Python and Node.js app, and there is a bug that's been sitting there embarrassingly long. When you type wrong username and password, nothing happens. No error message, no feedback, just silence. I have not fixed it because honestly, I kept telling myself I would do it later. Finally, that later is now. Let me just describe it to Claude Code in plain English. Here it is. It is reading front-end and back-end files responsible for login logic. It is not digging through anything unrelated, which means it already knows exactly where to look. It found the issue, made the fix in the front-end file, and it is done. I gave it zero context, no file paths, no stack trace. It just figured it out. Let's slow down and look at what Claude actually did, because this is the part that changes how you think about it. Every action was a named tool call. When it opened a file, that was read. When it searched for a pattern across codebase, that was grep. When it modified the code, that was edit. When it ran the test, that was bash. These are not magic. They are the exact same steps that you would take in manual debugging session. Open file, search, read, understand, edit, and verify. Except Claude chained them together in the right order without you having to orchestrate any of it. It is worth watching those tools calls as they happen, by the way, not to babysit, but because you will understand its reasoning, and occasionally you will catch it heading in the wrong direction before it goes too far. If it starts reading files that have nothing to do with the problem, just tell it to focus. Actually, it listens. A quick note on surfaces. Because it is not terminal only. Claude Code runs in the terminal like we have been doing, but also runs inside your VS Code extension, inside Claude Code desktop app, and in your browser. Use whichever fits your workflow. Now, why Claude Code specifically? Most AI coding tools locked inside your IDE or browser, built for the standard software lifecycle. Write application code, generate unit tests, done. That is useful, but it is narrow. Claude Code is terminal first, and that changes everything because it lives inside your command line. Anything you can do in a terminal, you can automate. Plug into your CI/CD pipeline, run your infrastructure scripts, have it to watch your server logs and fix issues as they come in. It is not just a code assistant, it bridges the gap between writing code and actually running your systems. We will get into all of that properly in upcoming episodes. For now, terminal is the purest form. It is where the full power lives. So that is Claude Code. You have seen it install in one command, trace multi-file bug, fix it, and run the tests. It is not a staged demo. That's just what it does on actual code. But we have barely scratched what we can control. There are slash commands, keyboard shortcuts, permission modes, and project level instructions that completely change how Claude behaves on your specific code base. That's episode 2, Interface Mastery. If you want to be fast with a tool instead of just impressed by it, don't skip it.